Hello everyone and welcome to this brand new video. Now, this is going to show you exactly how to go from a level 1 online coach to a level 100 online coach. And right now you're trying to go from this miserable man to this happy, joyful kid, okay? And what I mean by that is you don't want to be this miserable coach that's struggling and, only just getting by. You want to be a coach that's happy, that's fulfilled, and doing amazing stuff, okay? You want to be this. So let's get into the symptoms, right? So you could be stressed, you could be burnt out, you could be relying on virality and inbound leads and just getting people to find you, constantly getting let me think about it objections, and constantly chasing the next client. You want to be this happy baby. You want to be motivated, happy, and have an abundance of leads and warm prospects, getting a ton of I'm in leads, and ultimately attracting new clients. Now, if you guys are new here, my name is Jay. I'm helping online coaches scale their businesses since 2023, and made 6 figures myself, helped a lot of my clients make 6 figures. You can check out my Instagram at jhyatt to get more details on that. But just want to give you a little intro on me and why you should probably take my advice if you want to grow your own online coaching business. Now, as you guys know, or at least for the previous viewers that already know me, I use the Creatr system, which is just a simple flywheel to create organic and paid media to fuel your engine and then build an audience of super qualified people that want to work with you, nurture them with Instagram and YouTube content, collect leads in forms of email subscribers to build your community, and then have either customers to monetize that then will lead to high ticket clients, or get rid of low ticket altogether and just have conversations with super high ticket people that are going to build your high ticket business. Now, obviously with customers, this really depends on what level you are in your business. If you've got a lot of clients, you can experiment with low ticket in terms of workshops and stuff to then get even more high ticket clients, okay? But this is the general system. So I wanted to break down 3 different levels, okay? So we're not going to go through every single level from 1 to 100. We're going to break down 3 different levels, which is 3 different systems based on where you're currently at, okay? Now I want to give a preface to every single system. This system is not it's not taking into account a lot of things, okay? It's not taking into account your messaging, your avatar, your pricing, your positioning, your beliefs, your unique mechanisms, all of that stuff that needs to be built before you even implement any kind of strategy, okay? So if you want to learn that, there's other videos on my YouTube channel that break that down. This is just purely card hold strategy, okay? This is just card hold strategy. If you know anything about my brand, I don't really think strategy is the most important thing when building your online coaching business. I think belief shifting content, shifting people's beliefs around their problems and getting that message really clear is actually more important. The strategy is just something that is good to build to make sure you've got that unlock. But strategy is pretty easy once you've got a really good message, okay? I just want to preface that. I also want to preface that this is specifically for high ticket. I don't think anyone should start with a low ticket digital product before getting really good at coaching and getting really great results first, okay? So let's get into things. So this is a beginner. So this is someone making 0 to 5K a month with their online coaching business. This is most likely what they're built, okay? Or what I would recommend to get to the 0 to 5K a month mark, okay? You're going to run Instagram organic, okay? And just get a few clients through the door, okay? This is just running simple Instagram organic to an Instagram page. So this is just creating reels, creating content that is gonna gain a bit of traction, a bit of followers. Now, what does this mean? This means if I had an Instagram page that had absolutely no followers right at this second, for the first 0 to 90 days, this is what I would do. I would post every single day a piece of content to get clarity around my offer and what I'm selling, and also take a look at those 90 bits of content and pick the ones that are just naturally producing more views and more comments and more engagement, and then turn them into an ad. Now, this is actually more step in level 2, I guess, but that's what I would do to get to the 0 to 5K a mark. If you post 90 days of content and you're reaching out to every follower, every commenter that's engaging with that cold, hard, painful problem that you're speaking about, you should be able to get a few clients within the first 90 days and get in this beginner kind of section, okay? So yeah, let's get through it. So this is the traffic mechanism, just cold Instagram Reels, starting conversations, giving value in the DMs, okay? Now, the nurturing mechanism in this case is just content. You're a beginner. You don't have anything else. I would recommend just posting content and really just nurturing them with really good content. Stories, that type of thing. And just making sure you're DMing every single qualified lead. The main thing that I want to preface with you guys is I could throw in every single thing in this beginner stage. I could throw in ads, YouTube, stories, all of that stuff. But the thing is, when you're a beginner, you have to focus on saying no to things rather than just saying yes to things. Because all of the things that you're spreading thin on is not going to get those initial clients. Initially, you just want to spend all your time in the DMs and post as much content as you can and get proof of concept, okay? So you're just going to post reels, get followers, engage with them every single day in the DMs, and then post more content to nurture them further, okay? Like I said, you're going to do warm outbound, so you're going to message every single follower, and obviously in the inbound leads, if people are commenting, liking, reaching out to you, obviously you follow up and message them. So you're having a conversation, right? That's the main thing that you need to focus on when in the first 0 to 90 days of building your coaching business, okay? Just having as many conversations as possible. Do you know what the funny thing is, guys? Whenever I see coaches that are building their business, they're doing everything except conversations. Literally everything. They're running ads, they're going through courses, they're making content, they're doing all this stuff, except the only thing that's going to get sales. That's the sales mechanism, which is conversations. So when you're a beginner, you want to have as many conversations as possible. You want to book as many triage and discovery calls as possible. You want to see why people are following you. You want to have I can't preface this enough. Have conversations, book discovery calls, and you're going to get clients in this beginner section. And you can do it organically. You don't need to run ads. You don't even have to have a YouTube channel if you do this correctly, okay? If you post belief-shifting content and have everything around this strategy in place, if you post organic, you can get clients, okay? And in this beginner section, you're just having a sales call. You're giving them an offer, and you're getting a client. That's pretty simple, okay? Very, very simple. Building a coaching business is very simple. If you've got a painful problem that you've overcome, that you're making content about, you can get to 0 to 5K a month completely organically, okay? You don't need anything crazy. You don't even need a YouTube channel, okay? Like I said, most of this has to do with messaging, positioning, and just getting research done to see what people really, really want, okay? We're cool on that. Let's get to the next section. I need to also see, is this too, hopefully the light's not too harsh on my face. Hopefully, let me just, okay, it should be good, hopefully. Let's get to the next section. So the next section is established coaches. This is coaches that are making 10, 20K a month, and they probably have something along the lines of this, okay? So they're probably boosting posts or getting profile visits on their Instagram profile to get more followers. They're doing Instagram organic, just like the previous level, and they're sending that traffic to their Instagram page. Pretty awesome. Next step is the nurturing mechanism. Now, instead of just short form content, they're putting in Instagram story sequences, right? They're actually pushing out their marketing, they're making stories, doing call to actions, and they're doing that frequently and getting people on board, showing off the testimonials, showing off everything, and people are getting curious. They're wanting to know about that, right? Of course, they're getting qualified leads from their content and their boosted posts that is getting them leads every single day. They're doing warm outbound and they're doing inbound, okay? So in this second step, you're just simply, like if we have to go from the first level to the second level is pretty simple. It's just in those first 90 days, what post did really, really well? Which one can I recreate for an ad that targets my target audience, and which one can I boost? Okay, so I'm having even more conversations every single day. I'm showing off more results. I'm showing off my story. I'm doing all of that stuff, okay? I'm doing warm outbound, inbound. I'm having a conversation. Now there's a few other things that I'm doing. I'm doing a follow-up sequence now. So the people that I'm having conversations with, I'm tracking them, and I'm always following up later for those that didn't buy right at that second. So they're still following up. I'm showing them more content. I'm doing looms for them, I'm doing voice messages to them, and I'm following up, right? On the sales call, right? If you look here, a 10, 20K a month coach isn't just having a sales call and just letting it buy, right? They are doing a second rebook on a call. They're, again, doing a follow-up sequence. They're just making sure that these sales calls are not just let to die. They're actually nurturing them in a very productive way, right? And now they're giving them an offer, and they've got an onboarding call this time that sets the expectations, and then they fulfill. Okay, so the first client just fulfilled right away. This one is got a proper expectations, got a proper blueprint, doing an onboarding call, giving them some resources, and really just dialing that in. Okay, so like I said, this step is just boosting some posts. It's just getting out some ads to get more traffic, and then doing pretty much the same steps here, just with a few extra things in between, like some stories, some more, nurturing processes, some follow-ups, that type of thing. Okay, like I said, you can get to 10, 20K a month. If you've got a 4K offer, you just need like 3-4 sales a month and you're in this range. Okay, so let's get on to reality creators. These are people that are making 20, even up to 100K a month plus. Okay, and this is what reality creators, and if you're new here, reality creators is people in my community. This is what we're running. So this is our traffic mechanism. We're running profile visit ads. So these are kind of like boosted posts. We do little tests in the ads manager and also just boosting on Instagram. And that's what we're using to get traffic, just like level 2, right? We're doing Instagram organic. However, we're also doing YouTube organic. We're also posting long form content to build further trust. And we're building that onto our Instagram page. Okay, because Instagram, in this case, YouTube is great, don't get me wrong, but Instagram is the place where you can convert because you can have those personal conversations and show off those very personal testimonials, those daily stories that you're doing. So yeah, nurturing mechanism is a bit more complex here. Here, the nurturing mechanism, we had Instagram stories and short form content. Now we've got long form content, Instagram story sequences, and short form content. I probably should have added email as well. Technically, there's another one, which is email. We're also collecting emails now, and we're sending emails that then sends people to our YouTube channel. So that's another thing. We're getting qualified leads through that, and we're even doing retargeting ads. So the people that are on your Instagram page for the past 365 days, so for the past year, whoever's been on the Instagram page, we're pushing specific content their way. So testimonials, more lead magnets, stuff like that builds further trust, sends them assets to go to your YouTube channel. That's getting them back in the funnel and getting them even warmer, okay? Of course, we're doing warm inbound and outbound. And this time we're having conversations with people. However, we're also sending dynamic specific assets for that person. This isn't YouTube videos. These are Loom videos that break their beliefs and give them specific details about our program and what we can do, okay? We're also, of course, following up, just like before. Also on the dynamic assets, we're following up, right? We've got a core 1 VSL, which is a YouTube video that breaks their beliefs, shows the testimonials and how you can get results. And this is also something that we're selling, that we're sending in the conversation that we've got on our YouTube channel. And then we're having a sales call. And then just like before, we're booking a rebook if they don't sell or not serving them. We make sure we have a follow-up sequence and they become a client because we give them an offer. And then we've got even more things. We've got an onboarding call, we fulfill, but we also get amazing client results really fast because we've optimized our process. And we also get amazing testimonials that we can then leverage in the front end marketing. So that's the whole kind of reality creator kind of, process on like a bird's eye view, okay? So you guys can obviously see that all 3 of these levels, they still follow a pretty similar structure. It's just having certain details and certain nuances as you continue your journey, right? This and this isn't really a different funnel or a different like flywheel or ecosystem, whatever the fuck you call it nowadays, right? It's pretty much the same thing. There's just certain little nuances and steps and details in between that makes a huge difference along the way, okay? So, like I said, if you're in between this level, follow this. If you want to get to this level, follow this. If you want to get to this level, follow this, okay? So, I just want to preface, because this is super important, all of this strategy doesn't matter if your messaging isn't clear, if you aren't shifting beliefs in your content, if you aren't packaging your content towards a specific pain, if you aren't sharing your unique mechanism, your beliefs, your story, etc. Okay? For example, I forgot to mention my story in this video. My story is I'm a university dropout that went to fashion school and decided I'm not going to learn from these random professors that never built a business, because that's what my goals were. I'm going to go on and drop out and start my own business, and that's why I'm doing this today, okay? This video, if you look on my YouTube channel of building influence, shows a lot of information about this stuff that I just mentioned here. So getting that messaging clear, making sure you're shifting beliefs correctly, and all of that good stuff, okay? Quick call to action, because this is necessary if you want to make money in coaching. If you want to join Reality Creators, which is my community where I help you one-to-one build your coaching business and follow that structure that I just showed you before, feel free to DM me the word one on Instagram, and I will send you the details to book a one-on-one call with me, and I'll even give you a secret gift for taking action, okay? Other than that, guys, have an amazing day. Make sure to build your reality the way you want to, and I'll see you guys in the next video.